Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, October the 10th. So sorry, I still have the creepy voice, but at least you can hear me. Last week, there was no voice whatsoever. None. It was zero voice. Okay, I'm going to get caught up here so that I can see your messages when you all get here. I hope y'all had a great week. I definitely did miss you last week. We spent a little bit of extra time with Bo, not a ton of extra time with her in case you are late to the game. Yeah, we have a new grandbaby. Okay, come on. Come on, catch up. There we go. Okay, so I am with you all now. So hello and happy Sunday. Hello, John from home base. John has Alyssa with him. We are having a slumby party tonight. So I'm sure everything's going to be trashed when I get home, but that's okay because we do that before John gets home when she's with me. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Trish. So yeah, sorry about the voice again, but this is 100%. It's 100 times better than last week. And hello, Evie. Hello, Janet. Hello, Sandra from Demon's Ferry. Hello, Lynn. It's good to see you. Yeah, this is so much better, but you all already gonna have to get. You all will already have to forgive me. I will be sipping my tea quite a bit. Hello, Carol. I don't know what the echo is. Might have to turn the volume down on one of the things. Y'all let me know. Peanut, hello to Alyssa. I don't call Alyssa Peanut, so hello, Alyssa. Hello, Marianne from Pennsylvania. Y'all let me know if I need to change the volume setting. Hello, Janet from Blythe, Northumberland. Hello, Elaine. Hello, Kathy. It's good to see you. Hello, Marlene from Florida. So, are you sure it's not just my voice? Because my voice is hideous today. And hello, Sylvia. It's good to see you. Thank you very much. Sandra says she hopes I feel better. Hello, Kathy. And I feel fine. That's been the weirdest thing is I never was sick. I just couldn't talk. Hello, and hello, Marlene. Yeah, I never could talk. I just couldn't talk, so I never did get sick, which is a blessing. But anyway, John's hearing an echo too. Okay, give me just a second, and let me see if I need to fix the volume where I had. Okay, how is that? So I think I still had part of the volume turned up from where the speakers weren't working 2 weeks ago. But y'all let me know how that sounds. And let's see. Oh, Trish is having a slumber party with 3 of her grandkids too tonight. That is awesome. Yeah. And hello, Kathy. Okay, Kathy says I was echoing too. Lynn says I was echoing. So y'all let me know now because I just switched that off. And hello, Kathy from Iowa. Hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois. Yep, other Kathy said, and Marianne says it's an echo, but y'all are a little bit behind me, and Janet says it is better. So awesome. I think I accidentally had the speaker still turned on from where 2 weeks ago, where I had forgotten to to turn that on. Okay, and oh no, Lynn says that's worse. So okay? And Evie says it's better. Okay, now Marlene says the volume is a little low. Y'all know you kill me on this volume thing. Okay, let me switch this. Okay, how is that now? So that should be better. And if it's not, sorry, we're just going to have to deal with it. And hello, Sherry from Southwest Florida. Hello, Vicki from St. Louis. So again, please forgive me for my voice. This is so much better than it was last week. Last week, you all literally would not have been able to hear me at all because I couldn't talk at all. Like there was no sound coming out, whatsoever. Okay, so thank you. I think the volume must be good now. But again, this is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I am on the mend. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let's see. Rosalie says, I am trying to join WW. You're trying to join WW and it won't let you join? That's a question for a different person, but I will try to see if I can find somebody that can help us, Rosalie. Okay, but this is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, October the 10th. Today would have been my mother's 83rd birthday. So happy birthday, Nana. So I'm cooking something for you all. And Debbie says it's not loud enough again. I've got it turned up as loud as I can, Debbie. And a bunch of people say it's good, so I don't know what to tell you. And hello, Betty Ann, but hello, Debbie. It's good to see you. But anyway, so I'm making a quick something tonight that, y'all are going to have to suffer through just because today would have been my mother's 83rd birthday. So, we didn't call her Vegan Nana for nothing. Okay, but anyway, missed last week because I had zero voice. So glad to be back with you all this week. Thank you all for the love and support. Quick WW news. Well, quick news. Hello, Vicki. So quick news. Some of it's WW, some of it's not. In case you were not with us 2 weeks ago, we do have a new egglet named Bo. And hello, Mindy. We do have a new egglet named Bo. And Mom, Dad, big sister Alyssa, and baby Bo are all doing well. John has Alyssa with us tonight. Just to give Mom and Dad another break we just like keeping Alyssa. Let's not lie. We love it when she stays with us. And apparently they've already been watching Tangled while Alyssa wears her Rapunzel dress while she uses her Rapunzel brush. So it's a good time to be had over at Nona and Papaw's house. But so that's our big news. Everybody is doing well, so thank you all for checking on them. But Bo is doing well. And I've had a lot of people ask me how much weight I have lost since we have gone back to in-person workshops. I'm a little over 13 pounds now because I didn't sound okay. And Linda, it's probably because of my voice. It's probably because I'm still hoarse. So Linda says, I sound like I'm in a well. It's probably because I'm still hoarse. That's probably what's wrong. So hopefully, yep, the speaker should be working. So hopefully that is all good. And hello, Sandra from Naperville. But again, those of you who are just coming in, you're going to forgive me on my voice. But let's see, what was I in the middle of saying? So, okay, and now Barbara says I sound like I'm in a tunnel. I don't know what to tell you all. The speaker is on. Both of the speakers are on, and they look like they're working well to me. Let me see. Yep, both of them are working well. I've got everything else turned off, so I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that it just must be my voice. And hello, Roberta. So if everybody else thinks it sounds okay. Okay, now Carol Lou says I sound like I'm in a tunnel. And yes, Debbie, that's right. I was talking about weight loss since in-person meetings, so I don't know what to tell y'all about the volume. Myrna says it sounds fine. Okay. Anyway, so I'm just a little over 13 pounds now, so I'm super excited to be back to in-person workshops, but don't discount the value of talking to other like-minded people. Even if you're not attending an in-person workshop, don't discount having an accountability buddy and talking to other people like we do here on Sunday nights. Okay, so some actual WW news. I don't know if y'all heard this yet or not, but WW International President and CEO Mindy Grossman did announce this month that she is stepping down from her position in the first quarter of 2022. And since 2017, Mindy has helped, and gosh, that's going to drive me crazy that y'all think I sound like I'm in a tunnel. But anyway, so since 2017, Mindy has helped WW, which was formerly known as Weight Watchers, rebrand, grow the membership, and they have reported an all-time high retention rate since she's been there even during the pandemic. So as soon as we find out who is going to take her place, I'll let you know. I have no idea, and thank you, Kathy. Aloha, Kathy. I have no idea who's going to take her place, but as soon as we find out, I will let you know. And last bit of news, historically, every 2 years, and thank you, Sandra. Historically, every 2 years, WW makes either a major or a minor plan change. So they either make a major plan change or, hello, Alicia, or they make a minor change to the current plan. So this is the every other year. This is the other year. And hello, Melinda. But this is the other year. So this time of year is sometimes not so affectionately known as Plan Change November. So I know people who don't like change get nervous about it. Hello, Irma. And people who don't mind change, we all wait to see what the exciting new news is. But following in that tradition, WW has clinical trials are already underway for whatever the new plan update is going to be. I expect it to be released in November. That's not news that anyone has told me. That's just what I have gathered, from researching and reading things. And it's always in November. So I think it's going to be in November as usual. I don't have any insider information. I haven't asked for any insider information. So don't ask me to divulge anything. I don't know anything because I just know what I've, deciphered for myself. And hello, Tag. But because I'm an observer of things, later in the chat in the second half, I am going to give you my guesses as to what I think is getting ready to happen. And hello, Roberta from Imperial, Missouri. So this month's theme is what happens in your body when you eat and drink. I think that this month's theme is an Easter egg, which just means if you don't know what an Easter egg is, it's just a little clue or it's a little hint to something, but it's in plain sight. So Disney does that a lot. They'll have little Easter eggs that'll point to, they'll kind of give a little nudge or a nod to certain things, that people that would be in plain sight. But if you didn't know what they were, you wouldn't know that that's what it was or that's what it was for. So I think what happens in your body when you eat and drink, I think it's a little Easter egg or a little clue as to what's coming up to the new program that's going to be launching in November of 2021. And if you go, okay, I don't want to lose anybody here. Don't stop and go look at this, okay? And yes, Debbie, I ordered some super cubes. Sorry, she knows how to distract me. But I don't want to distract you further. But WW has on, if you log on to the desktop version of WW, they've got a new My WW Plus personal assessment on the homepage. And I went and kind of clicked around on it. I mean, you can't get too far if you're already a member because they're trying to get you to sign up. But yeah, so anyway, so there's a new one. So that's further confirming that they're going to be asking us some different questions. Okay, so don't wander off. I promise we're going to talk about my theories in the second half of tonight's chat. But since I missed you all last week, we missed an entire week, of topic. But that's okay because we're just going to skip to what the topic was last week. So last week, which was actually 2 weeks ago, our topic was overcoming obstacles, and it was how to control late night eating. So I need to know first who sat their bottom in a little chair last week. So give me a thumbs up. If you're here live with us on Facebook, give me a thumbs up if you sat your bottom in a little chair. And I expect Linda to say a green chair. I don't get to do a thumbs up because since I had laryngitis last week, I didn't go. Even though I knew it. I knew Linda sat her bottom in a green chair last week. Since I didn't feel bad, but I thought, I can't talk unless I carry a sign that says I can't talk. I didn't want to try to explain to everybody why I couldn't talk. So thumbs ups for sitting your bottom in a green chair, in Linda's green chair, in a green chair, thumbs ups for that. Or if you went, Carol Lou's online only and quit getting her weekly emails. Oh, that's weird, and customer service can't figure it out. That is so weird. So anyway, so thumbs ups for doing that, or thumbs ups for attending a Zoom workshop last week, and hearts if you attended here with us 2 weeks ago live, because it's been 2 weeks since we've been here because of the laryngitis, or hearts if you watched us virtually. So if sometime in the last 2 weeks, ooh, Melinda's at a black chair. If sometime in the last 2 weeks, if you rewatch this on YouTube or on Facebook, give me a heart. So that's a lot of hearts. That's a lot of hearts and thumbs ups. It's a lot more hearts than it is thumbs up. So thank you very much, you all. And I'll go ahead and excuse myself if I cough a lot. And I have my hot tea at the ready to go. And I have a backup cough drop just in case. But bravo stickers to everybody who attended last week or has watched us virtually. So bravo, you all. Thanks for sticking in there. So last week, which was actually 2 weeks ago, it was chat number 242, and we were talking about overcoming obstacles, and we were specifically talking about late night eating. And a lot of us have that issue. Sometimes it's because we waited too long to eat. Sometimes we just feel snacky because, it's your normal thing you do. You get home from work, you eat, you do certain things. You might sit by the TV, in the evening, and snacking might just be a normal thing that you do until it's time to go to bed. So there's a lot of different reasons, why snacking, why late night snacking could occur. So our homework though for last week was to try some different things. So to try and find a way to eat earlier, to try and not be so snacky, to divide them up. And your homework for last week was #manage the munchies. And you were going to, see, Sylvia said a habit. And that's exactly true for a lot of us. So your homework for last week was #manage the munchies, and you were going to create your own late night munchie implementation, kind of a sentence to say when blank. So maybe it's, when I sit down to watch TV at night, when I haven't eaten too much or not eaten enough or whatever, I will blank. And then you're going to do the fill in the blanks. So let's see how y'all do with your homework. Kathy says, and she's been doing this for a long time, but her sentence was, when dinner is over, I will brush my teeth. So for Kathy, that's a long time habit, and it's very important because it's a signal to her that eating time is over. It's done. So I think that's a great idea, Kathy, because, we talked 2 weeks ago about the fact that we live in a loft, and literally, except for the bathroom and the bedroom, you are almost within arm's reach of the kitchen in our loft in any other area. So I think instead of closing the kitchen, like some of you all suggested, maybe brushing my teeth would be easier because you can't close the kitchen. That's an open space. But anyway, Kathy says, when dinner is over, I'll brush my teeth. And it is a signal that eating time is over. And she's already one step closer to winding down for the evening. So I think that's a great idea. Jean figured out that when she eats too low on her points during the day, so she's still eating a good amount of food, but when she's eating mostly 0-point foods, and she's only getting like 2 and 3 points at each meal instead of 10 and 12 points at each meal, she finds that she gets snacky. So her sentence for last week was, when I find myself getting snacky, I will eat higher point meals, including real cheese and nuts. So not only is she, oh no, Melinda says brushing her teeth doesn't stop her anymore either. Some things that I can't eat after I brush my teeth. But she's also found that not only does that keep her from snacking, but she's enjoying some higher point things like cheese and nuts. And so I would say that's helping to round out her satisfaction, you know, overall. And then Jackie says, when I find myself wanting to munch while I watch TV, I will only go to my prepackaged snacks and only one bag at a time. That's the second person that has said that. I think if you're going to go ahead and snack at night, you know, that's okay. I'm not saying you can't snack at night, but if you're going to do that, I think this is two people now that I think it's a great idea that you go ahead and pre-portion whatever those snacks are going to be. And, you know, go ahead and get one, bring it to wherever your spot is, snack, but then you have to go back to get another one. So let's say it was a big bag of Skinny Pop. You know, Skinny Pop is not bad for you, but if you eat the whole big bag, I don't know how many points that would be for a whole big bag, probably 15 to 16 maybe. There's probably 4 servings in there. But if you pre-portion them out, into smaller servings, and then you had to go get a second bag, you might not go get a second and a third and a fourth. And even if you did, you could space a little time in between it. So I think those are great ideas. So bravo to everyone who did your homework last week. And that was Casey's first badge making after she had both. So she actually made, I'm trying to think, she would have made that badge while she was still in the hospital, maybe? I don't know. She might have come home. But anyway, so thank you for everybody for doing your homework and for supporting them. So here are your Bravo stickers for that. This week, though, we're jumping in on the new topic for the month. So the topic for the month, remember, is for the month of October is what happens in your body when you eat and drink. And today we're going to talk about getting to know your eating patterns. So we have patterns for everything that we do, even if you don't think that you do. And my example is, yes, Sylvia, she is. My example is that when you get in your car, you have a pattern of behavior that you do when you get in your car. And so I know, but it's unique to you. It's not the same for everybody. So when I get in the car, and it doesn't matter what car it is, whether it's mine, somebody else's, it doesn't matter what I'm driving, I do the same things every time. I get in, I close the door, then I put on my seatbelt, then I start the vehicle, and then I look in the mirror. So that is my pattern. That's my sequence of events. Your eating patterns are also unique to you, and I believe, again, this is unofficial information, I believe that will be part of the basis. That's going to be part of the foundation of WW's new plan that they're going to be rolling out next month. I seriously think that how you eat is going to be part of that rollout. That's going to be part of the foundation for that plan. We're going to talk about my thoughts on the future program in the second half. But if you will start to notice and even record things that lead up to the next time that you eat, or for the next time that you eat something, you can create a pattern that either works for you, or you can start to notice if you've got a pattern that's disruptive. You know, if it's something that's disruptive to your weight loss and wellness efforts. This week, the graphics on the weekly for this week nailed it. I mean, they absolutely nailed it. If you have not gone and looked at those graphics yet, you've got to go back and look at them. They are fantastic. You need to either log on to your computer or go to your WW app and go ahead and check those out, because a picture, or in this case, a graphic, is literally worth 1,000 words. I highly recommend that you go back and check out that graphic. So whoever did that one this week, nailed it. You nailed it. So a couple of things that they want us to look at this week. This is from this last week. We're always reviewing the week before. So the next time you eat, they want to know, before you eat, answer the following questions. How long has it been since the last time you ate? Has it been an hour, 2 hours, too long, 5 minutes? So write down how long it's been since the last time you ate. Then on a scale of 1 to 5, how hungry are you? Like actually hungry. So if it's been 2 hours, you might be ravenous. You know, if it's been 5 minutes, you might not be so hungry. And then how do you feel right now? And they, put a name on it, or even better, if you go to that WW graphic, they have some cute emoji on there that you can circle one of the emoji for how you feel. Okay, so Carol is asking how to find the weekly on the app. So I'm going to get off of the chat for just a second and show you. Carol, there is a little, I have an iPhone. Oops, wrong direction. Hold on. Go this way, Kelly. There's a little, on the iPhone at the bottom, there's a little thing that looks like a notepad. It's like a piece of paper with a little thing on there. When you touch that, you go to the weekly technique. And then after you go to the weekly technique, if you click on see more WW techniques, oops, did I touch it? see more WW techniques, it'll take you to what this current week is. And then when you touch it, you can go down and find the previous week. So you can go down and find out what was on the previous week. Okay, let me get back on the chat. If that didn't make sense, let me know, and I'll try to video that for you. Okay, so then how do you feel right now? And go check out those little emoji for that. And hopefully I'm back on seeing your messages right now. Okay, then track your next meal. So track first. You're welcome, Carol. So track first and then eat your next meal. So I want you to track it first and then eat your next meal. Then you can track it on your app. You can track it on a planner if you've got some kind of a planner or a journal, or you can go on Connect and you could do something from your favorite support group, and you could go in there and just type in, what you ate and how you felt, so that everybody can see it. And then they want you to set a timer for 30 minutes after you finish that meal, and then answer questions like these. Was the amount that you just ate, did you eat what you planned, more than you planned, or less than you planned? Now, on a scale of 1 to 5, how hungry are you? So you were going to see how hungry you were before. And then remember, 30 minutes after you've eaten. So this is not as soon as you got done, because I don't know if you're like me, but if I'm hungry, or I think I'm hungry, or it's one of those moments where I think I'm supposed to be extra hungry and eat a lot, whatever, then I might eat so much that if I checked my how full I feel, if I check that, 5 minutes in, I might say that I was still hungry when I'm actually not still hungry, if you know what I mean. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5, how hungry are you? Then how fast did you eat? So did you eat like a turtle? Were you like me, where you took a bite, talked a little bit, took a bite, took a sip of something to drink, took a bite, looked to see what your neighbor was eating? Or did you eat, just at a moderate pace? Did you take a bite, put your fork down, chew it up, swallow it, take a bite, put your fork down, chew it up, swallow it? And Linda wants to know what my shirt says. It says, because the egg lady told me to. And I'm pulling it the wrong direction. Hold on a second. Because the egg lady told me to, and I'm the egg lady. Okay. So, or did you just shovel it in? Did you just take your fork and do this? Rapid fire, just shovel it in. Okay, so it wants to know how fast you ate it. Then it wants to know how mindful you were of eating. Okay, these questions and how mindful were you of eating and how fast you were eating, further, validates my feelings on what the new plan is going to be. Oh no, and Melinda says, does eating at Cece's Pizza in Sevierville on my way home by eating a whole plate of their cinnamon rolls count as eating? No. Oh, no. But I bet those were fantastic. I bet those were delicious. But how mindful were you of eating? So, thank you, Melinda. But how mindful were you of eating? So, okay, I literally was just getting ready to say before Melinda said that, were you standing at your counter with an open box? I was going to say from Little Caesars, with an open box from Little Caesars, just standing there eating, and you don't even realize how fast, slow, whatever that you ate? Or did you put a couple of pieces on a plate, sit down, and eat them, and then decide whether or not you wanted to go back for more? That literally happened to us the other night. I told John, brought home half of a Little Caesars pizza, and I always spray it with a little bit of olive oil, put some Bragg nutritional yeast on it, and I stick it back in the air. I stick it in the air fryer, and it's actually better than it was the first time. When you bring it home hot and ready, it's better if you put it back through the air fryer again with some nutritional yeast and a little bit of olive oil on it. But I put 2 pieces. He brought me 4 pieces in case I wanted them. I put 2 pieces, cooked them on the air fryer, or reheated them in the air fryer, sat down with them, and ate them, like a human. And guess what? I was done. 2 was plenty. 2 was plenty for me. So how mindful were you of what you were eating? The next question is, do you think you will eat something before your next planned meal? It should say, do you think you will eat something before your next planned meal, and are you willing to admit it? Because there are lots of times that I end up eating something in between what I just ate and what my next planned meal was, but I've never thought about writing that down, or like admitting it, like pre-admitting it that it was going to happen. Even though probably in my head I was already thinking, I'm going to eat some such and such before my next, before my next meal. Then the next one is, what did you enjoy most at this meal? Do you ever just sit and think, what did I enjoy most at this meal? Was it the meatloaf? Was it the cinnamon rolls from Cece's? Was it, what was it? Was it the conversation? It doesn't have to be the food. It doesn't say what food did you enjoy most. It says, what did you enjoy most at this meal? So think about that one. And then the last one is looking back at that WW graphic, choose an emoji for how you feel now. So maybe your emoji was frantic before because you were starving. Maybe it was happy because you felt good, about the length of time that you'd waited or you weren't starving to death. But how is it now? What does that emoji look like, or how are you feeling now? So your homework for this week is, and Casey's she has already made the badge for this week. Okay, so your homework badge for this week is already done because apparently Bo inspires quick but good work. So Casey's already got all of that ready for you. She should have the YouTube videos done maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Bo's 3 weeks old now. She should be doing stuff on her own. Okay, just kidding. But I don't know. Maybe she'll get it done tomorrow. And then Jessica will get the chat, the written part of it posted here in the next couple of days. But your homework for this week is, oh, sorry. Melinda wants to know what I put on my pizza before I put it in the air fryer. So real quick, I'll show you before I tell you your homework. So I do a spritz, or you don't have to use, this is an Evo with olive oil in it, an Evo sprayer, and you can find these on our website. We don't sell them, but I've got an Amazon link to them so that you can find them super quick if you want to. But this is an Evo sprayer with some olive oil in it, and I just spritz it on, just spritz a little bit, or you can use nonstick spray, and then sprinkle. I use the Bragg brand. There are lots of different brands, but I use Bragg. Just sprinkle some nutritional yeast on there, pop it in there at 350 for just a few minutes, for like 4 or 5 minutes, and I promise you it's better. It's better than when you got it hot and ready. Okay, so your homework for this week is hashtag emoji my meal. EMOJIMYMEAL. So you're going to pick an emoji and tell us. You're going to have 3 different things that you're going to pick emojis for. The first one is how you felt before you ate. So you're going to pick a meal, and then you're going to do these 3 things. So the first one is you're going to pick an emoji for how you felt before you ate. And it can be a happy emoji, a sad emoji, a mad emoji, a frustrated emoji, whatever you want to put on there. Then the second one is some emoji that's going to explain how much you ate. So on the example that I've given Jessica to put on the written transcripts for this, it's got like a rewind symbol, it was way less than I meant to eat, an okay symbol. Thank you, Lynn. An okay symbol, like it was okay. That was exactly how much I meant to eat. Or a fast forward symbol, meaning I ate way more than I anticipated that I planned on eating. And then the third one is how you felt after you ate. So there again, you're going to pick an emoji and you're going to post how you felt after you ate with those emojis. And don't forget to tag me on Instagram. It's just at IfYouHaveAnEgg. If it is on WW Connect, also at, and it's the at symbol. And then if you have an egg, if it's here on the Facebook page, you can just type it and I will see it. Or if you were in our closed group, if you have an egg closed group, then you can just tag Kelly Green Milligan and I will see it. And if you are not already in our closed group, let me know, because we would love to have you when you get invited, or if somebody shares the link for that. You do have to answer 3 questions because I have to know that you're a human. We do still occasionally get, I don't know, trawlers, or I don't know what the point is. I don't know what they're trying to gather from that. I don't know why a computer generated something would try to join our group, but it happens. And occasionally we'll get people that just want to post weird, I don't know, things. I don't know if they're looking for humans or whatever. Excuse me. But anyway, so Sylvia wants to know what the homework is again. Number 1 is an emoji for how you felt before you ate. Number 2 is an emoji, kind of describing how much you ate. Was it not enough? Was it not as much as you thought you were going to eat? Was it just the right amount, or was it way too much? And then third, an emoji for, and thank you, Carol, for sharing that. Third is an emoji for after that 30 minutes, after you waited 30 minutes, of then how you felt. Okay, so do your homework, share it, and we are going to, and we'll give you your badge. So we will post your badge. So Casey and I are back in business. So as long as my voice holds out, we are good to go. Okay. This is the end of the first half. If you are brand new, we are going to stop and take a water. Thank you, Sandra, for reminding me. We're going to stop and take a water break. So everybody stop and get some water. I'm actually going to be drinking some hot tea. It's just lukewarm now. Okay, to kind of keep my pops going. And then I am going to switch to the apron because I was making a little bit of something, which some of you all are going to moan and groan when you see what it is. But I don't really care because today would have been my mom's 83rd birthday, and she wanted you all to have to eat this. I'm just kidding. She would have loved for you all to eat this. So 2 weeks ago, we talked, yes, Melinda, water. Yes, love water. And yes, it's very pretty actually with the blue hearts and the water sprinkles. Yes, Carol, you can quit being psychic. You already know what my mom would have wanted you all to eat, and I even cut it the shape that she cuts it. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, sorry, I'm going to need another, and yep, Vicki, you're right. So 2 weeks ago, we were talking about why you might choose purple, and it only makes sense that this week we would talk about blue. I don't know why it makes sense, but it only makes sense that we would talk about blue this week. I think it also makes sense that we talk about the elephant in the room. So the elephant in the room is the impending plan change. And hello, Jean. I mentioned your name in the first half, so you're going to have to go back and watch it. But the elephant that's in the room is the impending plan change. So every 2 years at this time, WW either launches a new plan or they tweak the current plan. It might be a minor change. It might be there might be a handful of cases that it's a Rita's saying hello because she's been baking and listening. And I hope my voice is not going to start going. We may have to break in that cough drop, but I'll let you know. But anyway, so every 2 years, WW makes either a minor change or in a handful of cases over the 25 years that I've been doing this, it's a major change to the plan. And first, just like I told you 2 years ago, and every time before that, breathe. Just breathe. It's just a plan change. It's okay. It is okay. Nobody needs to, go into, okay, we may have to break up the cough drop. Nobody needs to go into hiding or, I don't know, just keep doing what you're doing. There's nothing you need to change before November. Nothing that you need to change before November. So just remain calm. Just breathe, Okay. So if you like it, try it. Excuse me. So if you like it, try it. You might like it. And if you don't like it, and Melinda, I will say, so Melinda says she's been nosy and she's been Googling it. Okay, I'm going to tell you why you can't trust everything that you've seen, that you've Googled. Okay, but, so first of all, breathe. First, breathe. Second of all, try it. I mean, whatever it is, try it. You might like it. And if you don't, you've got enough skills to fall back on. Okay, so don't panic. There's no reason to panic. Plus, it's not here yet. So again, chillax. It's not here yet. We've still got a few weeks left before we even know what it is. And the rumors flying around are just that. They're just rumors. So I can promise you, anybody that works for WW or that works with WW has signed an extensive confidentiality agreement that they would lose their job if they spill the beans. So I hope this is not a sign of things to come. But anyway, they would lose their jobs if they spilled the beans, okay? But WW, what I do know is WW is serious about testing. They are serious about trying, and they are serious about working out the bugs before they ever introduce as many bugs as possible before they ever introduce anything, to us. So what they're doing behind the scenes is making sure that whatever this is, that the leaders know how to explain it, that they've tried it, that they know whether or not they like it, that they've worked kinks out of it, that you know what I mean? The bugs are worked out. So just give them some space. Don't crowd them either, because they're trying to learn this too, so that they can do the very best job helping you and knowing whether or not they believe in it before it ever happens. Okay. Oh, I hope this is not going to start. Anyway, so again, just breathe. Just breathe. It's going to happen. Okay, but I do have some theories about this, like I did last time. So these are unknown. I'm so sorry. We'll stop for just a second. I may actually have to go get a touch of honey. I'm so sorry for coughing into the microphone. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. So I still apologize, everybody. Start coughing. I do have some theories, just like I did last time, though. They're unknown. I haven't asked anybody. Nope. Gonna have to go get another cough drop. So sorry. Remain calm. Dusty will be here, and I'll try not to talk. And I don't have another cough drop. Don't have another cough drop. Awesome. Yes. Debbie can talk to y'all about the pink wine glass sitting on the shelf while I try to get some warm beverage. Y'all just chat about that. And now is when I wish microphone didn't work. Okay, and it's literally just my voice. I am not sick. And thank you very much, Debbie. Okay. Let's see if we can get through this. Okay. So, I do have some theories like I did last time. They're unknown. I haven't asked anybody to verify these, nor would they. Even if I asked, would they verify it? I haven't seen, heard, been divulged to anything to verify or even entertain these ideas, okay? They're just my thoughts. So, from the topics that we have shared over the last couple of months, so the new groups that I've seen form on Connect, and the sudden presence of the new MyWW Plus personal assessment on the homepage of www.com. My theories for this week are, these are just theories, remember? So it's not, I know, yeah, Melinda said the microphones will usually work when we don't want them to and not when we do, okay. But so my current theories as of this week are, theory number one, I think it will be even more, the plans will be even more personalized. So when WW switched to blue, green, and purple plans, that was the first time ever that they were personalized to the way that you eat today, and you could change it up for how you may eat tomorrow, or next week, or next year. Theory number two, I think it'll be about what you will eat versus what you should eat. So we have a lot of people on here who eat very limited amounts of vegetables, or don't have time to cook, things like that. So I think it's going to be more about what you will eat versus what you should eat. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I believe the the new plan will somehow work around the meal preppers and the eater outers, both, as well as the veggie lovers and the picky eaters. Theory three, I think the point values will be calculated differently. I don't know how, I don't know why, but my gut tells me that there's a change coming on the way that they're calculated. Theory number four, even though I like things in threes, health and wellness, I think, will be an even bigger focus this time, even bigger. So based on my gut feelings, I decided to still spend a few weeks chatting about the current plan. So, I know some of you are thinking, Kelly, that's a complete waste of time. Why are we talking about the current plan? I heard that blue, green, and purple are going away, or that avocados and nuts are going to be zero now. Okay, I'm just kidding. That's a pop dream. Or if I'm diabetic, vegetarian, if I have blood pressure, whatever, fill in the blank, that I'll be on a completely different plan than you. So I think I still want to talk about the current plans though, because I think we'll be asked, I think on this new survey, I think we're going to be asked to think about what we eat, when we eat it, how long, how we get to the point of eating it, in a way that only makes sense, that we review what we're doing now. That way we can have an educate. No, I know, Debbie, I'm just kidding. I don't think avocados are going to be zero, but I've had 3 people this week say that they don't like avocados, even though they're zero. And I'm like, avocados are not zero. So unless you know something I don't know about what's coming up, avocados are not zero. I wish so. But anyway, so I think it's smart that we review what we've been doing so we can be prepared for what we're getting ready to do, whatever it is. And I'll try to finish this. Okay. So if you're still with me, okay, WW My Way Blue is the previous freestyle plan. This one was a good middle of the road for me after having so much success on Points Plus. So I had great success on Points Plus, but freestyle was a good middle of the road for me. It gave me just enough points to play with, so that I could have things like skim, because I love skim milk. In case you didn't know that, I love skim milk. So it gave me just enough points to play with things like skim milk, and I lost my place. Things like skim milk and eating out and things like that, but not so much freedom to go wild eating unlimited brown rice and sweet potatoes as Simply Filling did, for me. So why is blue different? Blue's different because nothing is free. So that's the same as purple and going to be the same as green. Nothing's free, 0 points versus free. Makes me really think about what I'm eating. There are over 200 0-point foods on blue. I'm having 200 named things, like things that are named. Hello, Deborah. Deborah, you're not missing anything. You're just missing me coughing. But having 200 named things that are 0 points still gives you a huge selection of things to choose from, like corn, beans, and non-starchy vegetables. So still a very big 0-point list. There are more recipes. I think there are way more recipes to choose from on blue from people like, and there are more things on the app to choose from, I think, that are blue. And you get a minimum, they're friendly on blue, and your family will eat them. So there are so many things on blue that your family wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even know that it was, Weight Watchers things. There are a minimum of 24 daily points plus rollovers to enjoy things that are going to round out your satisfaction. So you've got a few extra points if you need to spend them on some things. And the blue plan can be used, again, for as little as a week, or you can use it for a lifetime. And it's for people, I think it's for people who have families that are not ready to join that big veggie bandwagon, like, or tofu bandwagon, like you might on purple. So why might somebody choose blue? I think anybody that's trying to balance health and weight loss, so not just weight loss, but health also, with more whole foods to hashtag bulk it up. If you need to hashtag bulk it up some convenience items, then, I think blue's a good plan for you. You might need to use those from time to time. Families, if you have a family, I think blue is a great plan to follow because you don't have to cook one meal for yourself and then another meal for all of them. I promise you, most of the recipes that I have found on blue, or that I have used on blue, or on the old freestyle program, everybody ate, and nobody had any clue that they were eating, Weight Watchers or eating diet food or whatever you want to call it. My air fryer candy corn recipe is still 0 points on blue, and trust me, even picky spouses are going to love it. They're going to love it. It's awesome. Then those of you that like to do a little meal prep, but you don't have a whole lot of time, you've got maybe a Sunday afternoon, maybe one night a week, then, that's great. You just have an hour or two to spend in the kitchen. That I think blue is a great plan for you because you don't have to spend a lot of time meal planning, but, you can meal plan a little bit. I did more cook ahead and freeze it. Just another reason I'm excited about getting these super, whatever those things are called, little trays that you freeze things in. But again, air fryer roasted veggies are always a good one. Soups, bento style box meals. So I don't mean a bento box like go to Chinese or Japanese and get a bento box. I mean like a bento box style meal where you might put, some olives and a little bit of meat and some cheese, some vegetables or some fruit, or something like that in a bento box style. That works great. I mean, fantastically on Blue. Frozen meals with frozen veggies to hashtag bulk them up are perfect time savers when you need to stay on track, but you don't have a lot of time. Those are perfect on Blue because you have those extra few little points or extra few points a day that you can use for things like that. Your perfect Blue pantry. So again, I mean, these are things that are the basis of a Blue fridge or pantry. Some of the things are the same as they were on, on Purple. Chicken or turkey breast, whole or ground, is a great idea. Frozen grilled chicken, fish, shrimp. We talked about that last week. Canned beans. You can still have canned beans of all kinds on Blue. You can still do that. You can do canned green beans, corn. You can still have corn. It's still 0 points. You can have corn on any plant, but corn is still 0 points. This is what I use to make my candy corn, and that recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But corn is 0 points on Blue. No salt seasonings, fresh fruit, bananas. I mean, I always tout, fresh fruit. You still have a huge list of 200 item list on Blue. Seasonal vegetables, spaghetti squash, mushrooms. People are talking a lot about delicata squash. Fresh leafy greens, things like baby kale. And I had a bunch of people tell me this week that they hate kale. I think you hate overgrown, huge, stalky kale. I think that's what you hate. If you haven't ever tried baby kale, it is fantastic. And this is what I'm going to be using for my supper this week. I'll show y'all in a few minutes what I'm going to do with that. But leafy greens, those are great. Frozen fruits and vegetables are always a great time. Frozen convenience meals that you need to check the points though before you put them in your cart. So just because it says healthy choice, lean cuisine, smart points, whatever, just because it says those things on the outside of it, check the points before you bring it into your house or to work. I had one that I grabbed across the street at Food City months ago. It's still sitting in there because I did not scan it before I bought it. And when I got back over here, I was like, dang it, I could have had the one that was beef tips and whatever for less points than this. So I haven't eaten it. But anyway, frozen meals are a great idea to bulk things up. Tofu. Tofu is still 0 points on Blue. Plain non-fat Greek yogurt. Or, I've had so many of y'all tell me this week that you don't like plain non-fat Greek yogurt. You have a couple of extra points a day. You could get commercially prepared yogurt in all the flavors that you love. You could eat it that way because you have those extra few points a day. And you could stock ingredients for lighter point muffins or breads, like because you have those extra few points a day from like Pound Dropper or Drizzle Me Skinny. They've got some great recipes on their websites. As always, nutritional yeast and olive oil. I will always have those on the pantry list. Okay, perfect Blue recipes. The first one I'm going to show you, the first one I'm going to make you all eat. I'm going to eat it for you. But the first one I'm going to show you, in honor of my mother's 83rd, what would have been her 83rd birthday, she loved tofu. So she was not always a vegan. She became a vegan later in life. Oh, I forgot things like, applesauce, convenience items like applesauce. And always going to talk about salmon, tuna, things like that. And I cannot talk enough about these La Banderita, the carb counter tortillas. These are fantastic. They're so good. Okay, but anyway, so my mom was not always vegan. She became vegan later in life after some health scares and health issues. And so one of her very favorite things after she became vegan was tofu. So I know a lot of you all are like, oh, tofu, I can't stand it, it's horrible. Okay, tofu is like an egg. If you have an egg, you have hope. So if you have tofu, you have hope. But tofu is like an egg. If you don't know how to properly prepare it, it's just blah. Right, Indy? It's just blah. Okay, it's just an empty canvas. You've got to do something to it. So, we always squeezed ours. So you notice I have people all the time that tell me you don't have to squeeze your tofu. I'm a squeezer. I'm a tofu squeezer. My mom taught me to squeeze it, so I'm going to squeeze it. So I get extra firm tofu unless I'm making something that requires silken. I never just get regular firm tofu. It's always either extra firm or it's silken. That's the only two kinds that I get. You drain the package, put it on a paper towel, on a plate, and put it on there. Put some more paper towels on top and put a heavier plate on top to get as much of the moisture out as you can. And then you slice it this way. So you're going to slice it in half that way. And then my mom always cut it into triangles. So I've already cut these into triangles, and I have some in the air fryer to finish for you all. But this is the way my mom cut it. You can cut it into cubes, you can cut it into whatever shapes you want to, but mom always cut hers in little triangles. So that's the way that I cut mine. And then my most frequent thing to mix it with, sometimes I stir fry it, sometimes I make it in the air fryer. Just depends on, what I'm going to be eating with it. But this week for dinner, I'm going to be making salads with the baby kale. Guess I better get that going. Is tofu high in carbs? Never really thought about it. Literally never thought about it, Carol. Let me finish this real quick, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to eat with it. But you cut it into the little cubes, or you can cut it into the triangles, whatever you want to do. And then I always spritz it with some olive oil or some sesame oil. I always add nutritional yeast to it. For this one, I added Bragg liquid aminos to it, which is not low in sodium. I can't answer that question. And I added some Dax citrus groove to that. It's already cooked. So you cook this in your air fryer. You cook it on 350 for 15 minutes. It's already cooked for 10 because I couldn't wait the whole 15 minutes. So you cook it for 5. Then you shake it and cook it for 10 more and shake it a couple of times. So it's going to be on 350. It would have been on 15 minutes, but I've already cooked it 10 of the 15 just so that we could be ready. But this week for dinners, and Deborah, it's so good. It's so good. Cook it this way. I promise you, it's gonna be delicious and fantastic. So this week for dinners, I'm gonna take some baby kale because baby kale is so much better than that big overgrown kale. Baby kale, chickpeas, which are still just 0. This would be really good with salmon too, but they did not have any. The salmon across the street looked gross, so I didn't get any. But baby kale, chickpeas, which are still 0, some fat-free feta cheese that I got at Trader Joe's that I do not have here with me, that, and then the tofu. And then for the dressing, I am using, we looked at this 2 weeks ago, I'm using the G. Hughes sugar-free Asian miso dressing, and it's so good. It's so good. And yes, Loretta, tofu tastes like whatever you cooked it with. So it is literally an open canvas. You can make it taste like, Trish says, is tofu is high in protein, low in carbs. That makes sense. I mean, that makes sense to me. I can tell you my mom ate it constantly. She ate it like almost every day. And I understand not everybody can have tofu, but she, she could have it. Okay, so other things though, some other blue recipes that are fantastic. That man's chicken. If you just make the regular that man's chicken with the thighs, it is fantastic and amazing. And since the thighs have extra points, but you have a few extra points a day. Deviled eggs. Instead of just making hard-boiled eggs, you can make deviled eggs. You would love those. They would love you for that. Breakfast bento bowls. Slap some bacon in there. They'll eat anything. They'll eat anything that has bacon on it. Air fryer baked apples. So I made, 8 of those this week, I guess. But if you're on blue, you got some extra points. Unless I just had you spend them all. But you have some extra points. Put some Halo Top or something and ice cream on top of that. My Mel's Mexican chicken casserole recipe that's on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So chock full of cheese, nobody in your family is going to know that it doesn't have rice in it. And then air fryer tofu, anything, which I'm going to show you that when it gets finished. Some things that you can eat blue on the go. I'm going to do the same list that I did last week. Batman's turkey tenderloin, always good for on the go, and it's still 0 points on blue. Air fryer hard-boiled eggs, still 0 points on blue. Convenience stores still get things like hard-boiled eggs, bananas, flavored water, snack cheese, pickles, veggie snack packs, things like that. Drive-through and drive-in, it's my same list, same as the purple list, and I know those are the same, but they're just so good. They're so good. Chick-fil-A grilled chicken nuggets in a fruit cup. From Chipotle, you can get lettuce, fajita vegetables, salsa, pinto beans chicken, Cracker Barrel, grilled chicken tenderloins, or the grilled catfish, green beans, pinto beans, and seasonal fruit. IHOP simple and fit omelet with the fresh fruit, and from Wendy's a plain baked potato and small chili with light sour cream. So those are perfect. So I do know some of you are sensitive to soy, or some of you have issues with soy. Oh no, what did Melinda just say? It just went away. Hold on. Melinda said tofu always resembled out of date and expired sour cream. Well, it would if you just opened the package and just tried to eat it. There's literally nobody on the planet that needs to just open the package and just try to eat it. It's so good when it's properly prepared that you just got to do it. And I just realized I did not bring any tongs over here. Let me grab some real quick. And we may just make it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab one. Well, no, we got 1 minute left. I'm just afraid I'm going to start coughing again. So what are your questions while I'm trying to not cough? That's not working so well. So since it looks like I'm going to start coughing again, if you're watching this later on YouTube and you somehow have made it through this entire thing without going, oh my gosh, stop coughing, then please let the next video roll over, which I promise is not coughing, and subscribe and click that little bell. And I will try to stop coughing long enough to, this may or may not work, but I'm going to try it for you because it's good. Come on, coughing, stop for just a second. Stop for just a second. Deborah said, what's the best name brand tofu? So, I like Miso. I also, because it's readily available, and I also like the Miso wonton wrappers and their egg roll wrappers. Okay, let's try this real quick before I start coughing again. I know you're thinking too late, you're already coughing. Okay, so here's some yummy tofu. Put a couple of pieces out. I don't know if y'all can see how crispy that. Now, it's not crispy like fried chicken, okay, but it's pretty crispy. I mean, can you see that? How pretty and brown that is? And I'm going to put it in just a little bit of the G-Hughes sugar-free miso. And then that will probably be it for tonight. So I don't start coughing again. Okay. So we have air fryer tofu. Yeah, Carol, it is pretty much that nice tofu. And sugar-free Asian miso, which is the G-Hughes sugar-free Asian miso, is 2 points for 2 tablespoons. It does look like a homemade potato wedge. Doesn't taste like a potato though. Before I even got it in my mouth. Oh, it's so good. Okay, I love tofu anyway, but this is so perfect. This is so perfect from the air fryer. And this G-Hughes miso. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is the bomb. You're going to have to find this. Okay, so I'm getting ready to start coughing again, so I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all good night. Somehow Dusty has slept through all of the coughing, but y'all have a great evening. Please watch this later on YouTube, and please forgive all of the coughing. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I'm going to rush home and see what John and Alyssa are up to. Hopefully they're up to going to bed. But y'all have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Good night.